And hello everyone, welcome to one of my videos. Today we're going to talk about the history of the G.91 aircraft, which was one of the first Italian-made jets. So, to start, what's the G.91? The G.91 was a fire bomber developed by Italy and specifically by the Italian Fiat Aviazione, later becoming Aero Italia, and it was first developed in 1953, and it started mass producing in 1950 in the January 1958 and entered in service in August 1958. The project lasted 35 years, from 1958 to 1993. The developer of the G91 was Giuseppe Gabrielli. The first prototype was made in 1953, and it took the skies for the first time on the 9th of August 1956. And as I said earlier, it entered its service in August of 2 years later. There are many variants to count off, so this is the first of the two slides of the variants. The first slide talks about the first ever model was the G91 Pre-Series, which was the prototype version, and 27 were ever built. Then there was the G91 Pan, which was the version made for the Italian acrobatic team, also known as the Frecce Tricolori. The number of aircraft made for it of this version are unknown. The G91 R1 is the first mass-produced version. It could carry more than 900 kilograms or 1980 pounds of payload, and 48 were ever built. Then we have the G91 R3, which was the version used by the German Luftwaffe in the early 50s and 60s, and it had a slight modification with the guns, which caused the guns were two 30mm Defa cannons, and there were four payload pods, this ones attached to the aircraft instead of the two of the G91 R1, and 50 were produced in Italy, and 294 were produced on license in Germany. Then there was the G91T, which is the version made for training pilots in the twin seat version of the G91, and more than 167 were ever built of this type. Then there is the more advanced G91Y, called also G91 Yankee from the pilots. It was the first twin-engine version, and it came with afterburners and advanced payloads. 67 were ever built. But in the end, who used the G91? Of course, Italy, being the main producer. Italy used 241 G91s from all versions except for the R3 versions. Germany used 460 G91s until the 1960s, and it used mostly the R3, R4, and T1 version. Then the G91 was slowly changed for the Alpha Jet A, which I think is still in use today. Then Portugal also used the G91 and used 110 of the G91s that weren't in use from Germany. So there were also R3, R4, and T1 versions. And then also Angola used some of the Portugal's G91s. Fun fact about the G91. The G91 was used in a film, later becoming a cult for the Frecce Tricolores fans. of 1972 called Forza G, literally G-Force. In the film were used G94, G91 pen version, the one used for the acrobatic scene, and in a cameo the G91Y. And that was the video. Thank you for watching to the end, and see you next time. Bye.